North Korea's recent nuclear tests have sent shockwaves across the globe. These tests are not merely acts of provocation. They represent a significant leap in North Korea's nuclear capabilities. The international community watches with growing concern. Each successful test brings North Korea closer to its goal of becoming a fully fledged nuclear power. The implications for regional and global security are profound. The tests underscore the urgency of finding a peaceful solution to the North Korean nuclear crisis. North Korea's nuclear ambitions pose a direct threat to its neighbors. South Korea and Japan live under the shadow of North Korean aggression. The potential for miscalculation or escalation is a constant worry. The tests also threaten the global non-proliferation regime. North Korea's defiance of international norms could embolden other rogue states. This could lead to a more dangerous and unstable world. The international community has condemned North Korea's actions. The United Nations Security Council has imposed sanctions in response. However, these measures have so far failed to deter Pyongyang. North Korea remains committed to its nuclear program. It sees nuclear weapons as essential to its survival. The regime believes they provide a deterrent against foreign intervention. The recent tests serve as a stark reminder. The North Korean nuclear issue is far from resolved. The international community must find a way to engage with North Korea. Dialogue and diplomacy are crucial to de-escalating tensions. The goal remains the complete, verifiable, and irreversible denuclearization of the Korean peninsula.
North Korea's pursuit of nuclear weapons is deeply rooted in its history. The Korean War, from 1950 to 1953, left a lasting scar. It instilled in the North Korean psyche a profound sense of insecurity. The country's leadership under Kim Il-sung embarked on a path of self-reliance. This included the development of a nuclear program. The Soviet Union initially provided North Korea with nuclear assistance. In the 1950s, Soviet scientists helped North Korea establish its first nuclear research facilities. However, the relationship between the two countries soured in the 1960s. North Korea increasingly turned to China for support. Despite the shift in alliances, North Korea's nuclear ambitions remained constant. Kim Il-sung saw nuclear weapons as the ultimate guarantor of his regime's survival. He believed they would deter the United States and its allies from attacking. This belief was reinforced by the U.S. nuclear umbrella over South Korea. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 further deepened North Korea's sense of isolation. The country's economy, heavily reliant on Soviet aid, went into a tailspin. Faced with internal and external threats, Kim Il-sung doubled down on his nuclear program.
The Kim dynasty has ruled North Korea with an iron fist for over 7 decades. Each leader has left an indelible mark on the country's nuclear program. Kim Il-sung, the founder of North Korea, laid the groundwork for the program. His son, Kim Jong-il, accelerated its development, and his grandson, Kim Jong-un, has transformed North Korea into a de facto nuclear state. Kim Il-sung, driven by a siege mentality, saw nuclear weapons as the ultimate deterrent. He believed they were essential for the survival of his regime. Under his rule, North Korea signed the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty in 1985. However, it continued to develop its nuclear capabilities secretly. Kim Jong-il, who succeeded his father in 1994, inherited his father's nuclear ambitions. He oversaw North Korea's first nuclear test in 2006. This act of defiance sent shockwaves through the international community. It also marked a turning point in North Korea's nuclear program. Kim Jong-un, the current leader, has been even more aggressive in pursuing his nuclear goals. Since taking power in 2011, he has conducted 4 more nuclear tests. He has also overseen significant advancements in North Korea's missile technology.
Section 4. Sanctions and Resilience. North Korea's economic defiance. The international community has imposed numerous sanctions on North Korea over its nuclear program. These sanctions have taken a heavy toll on the country's economy. However, North Korea has shown a remarkable ability to withstand these pressures. This resilience can be attributed to several factors. One factor is the regime's tight control over the economy. The North Korean government directs all aspects of economic activity. This allows it to prioritize resources for its nuclear and missile programs. It also gives it the ability to crack down on black markets and illicit trade. Another factor is China's continued support. Despite its disapproval of North Korea's nuclear program, China remains North Korea's closest ally and trading partner. China provides North Korea with economic lifelines. This includes food, fuel, and other essential goods. It also helps North Korea evade international sanctions. North Korea has also developed sophisticated methods of sanctions evasion. This includes illicit activities such as smuggling and counterfeiting. The country has also been accused of using cyber attacks to steal funds and technology.
Section 5. A divided world. The international response to a nuclear North Korea. The international community has struggled to forge a united front in response to North Korea's nuclear defiance. While there is widespread condemnation of North Korea's actions, there is no consensus on how to address the situation. This division is most apparent in the positions of the key players: the United States, China, and Russia. The United States has pursued a policy of strategic patience coupled with sanctions and diplomatic pressure. The goal has been to convince North Korea to denuclearize. However, this approach has yielded limited results. North Korea has shown no willingness to give up its nuclear weapons. China, North Korea's closest ally, has been reluctant to exert maximum pressure on Pyongyang. China fears that regime collapse in North Korea would lead to instability on its border. It also worries about the potential for a unified Korea allied with the United States. Russia, while officially opposed to North Korea's nuclear program, has also been wary of taking actions that could destabilize the Korean peninsula. Russia has economic interests in North Korea. It also sees North Korea as a potential counterweight to US influence in the region.
Section 6. Navigating the impasse. Seeking solutions to the nuclear crisis. The North Korean nuclear crisis presents a complex and multifaceted challenge with no easy solutions. The international community is faced with a volatile and unpredictable actor in Kim Jong-un. He seems determined to maintain and advance his nuclear arsenal. Nevertheless, there are potential strategies that could be pursued to mitigate the risks and seek a peaceful resolution. One approach is to prioritize diplomacy and engagement. While past attempts at dialogue have yielded limited results, it's crucial to maintain open channels of communication. Building trust and understanding is essential. Direct talks between the United States and North Korea could help to de-escalate tensions. Another strategy is to strengthen international sanctions and enforcement. While sanctions alone are unlikely to force North Korea to denuclearize, they can impose costs on the regime and limit its ability to advance its nuclear and missile programs. In addition to these strategies, it's essential to address North Korea's security concerns. This could involve providing security guarantees to Pyongyang in exchange for denuclearization. It could also include exploring a peace treaty to formally end the Korean War.
Section 7. A future at stake, denuclearization and the fate of the Korean Peninsula. The stakes could not be higher on the Korean Peninsula. North Korea's relentless pursuit of nuclear weapons threatens regional and global security. The potential for miscalculation, accident, or deliberate escalation is a constant source of anxiety. The international community must remain steadfast in its commitment to denuclearization. A nuclear-armed North Korea poses a direct threat to its neighbors. It also undermines the global non-proliferation regime. Furthermore, it risks sparking a regional arms race. The consequences of conflict on the Korean Peninsula would be catastrophic. Achieving denuclearization will require a sustained and coordinated effort. It will demand diplomatic skill, political will, and economic pressure. It will also require addressing North Korea's security concerns and offering it a path towards a more secure and prosperous future. The road ahead will be long and arduous. However, the pursuit of peace and security on the Korean Peninsula is a worthy endeavor. It is an endeavor that demands the attention and commitment of the entire international community. The future of the Korean Peninsula and indeed the world may depend on it.